Metverse Land grab. As gamblers flock in, the government must tax them. The letter we must work to understand the metaverse urges readers to understand a new world of gambling in which they can lose considerable money. I would urge the contrary. In the metaverse, land and homes may be traded, but this land cannot produce crops that can fill the bellies of the hungry, nor homes that can solve Hong Kong's pressing housing problem. To me, the metaverse seems to be not much more than a collection of gambling instruments, whose rates are either rich or poor as fancy values them, as Shakespeare might have put it. I believe that the blockchain system educes the need for a central banker or channel, thereby making it difficult to control and to tax transactions. For the metaverse to be useful to society in general, governments must find ways to place a small tax on transactions in the metaverse, thereby transferring money from the gamblers to the needy, as does the Hong Kong Jockey Club. PK Lee, Tung Chung. Who to call at Food Panda for suspicious transactions? As there appears to be no widely known telephone number for contacting Food Panda in Hong Kong, I have to rely on the pages of the to get a message across to Food Panda. As neither my wife nor I have a Food Panda app, it came as a surprise when my wife's credit card was used for 4 purchases within the space of 15 minutes, last Thursday evening, on Food Panda totaling 590 Hong Kong dollars and 40 cents. 2 for takeaway and 2 for grocery delivery. My wife's card has obviously been ripped off, and with no way to contact Food Panda to ask the company to stop all purchases with that card number, and possibly make some inquiries regarding the deliveries, we had no choice but to call HSBC and cancel the card. We hope senior executives at Food Panda get to experience what it feels like, on the night before Christmas Eve, to have no working credit card for 5 working days. Meanwhile, we would appreciate it if Food Panda could let the public know what to do when their credit cards have been used without their authorization. Read, Sai Kung. Upgrade Leave Home Safe app in view of potential wave. Referring to the letter Let's Not Cheat in Contact Tracing, we agree that the public should cooperate with the government and support its contact tracing efforts by using the real Leave Home Safe app. Yet, how effective is the app in protecting us against the pandemic? Due to privacy concerns, the app does not share users' visit records with the government. Instead, it checks the user's data against the government's list of at-risk locations and issues an exposure notification if a user was at the same place around the same time as an infected patient. The user is then expected to take a free COVID-19 test at a community testing center. In response to our inquiry, the Food and Health Bureau says that failing to comply with a COVID-19 test notice is an offense, and the offender is liable to a fine of up to 25,000 Hong Kong dollars and 6 months imprisonment. Yet, having no access to the personal data of those with exposure risks, the government has no idea how many notifications were sent via the app and cannot enforce the testing order. Given such a gaping loophole in contact tracing, it is no wonder the mainland and Macau are reluctant to open their borders with Hong Kong. We urge the government to upgrade the app and require all users to log in with the IM Smart app or register with their Hong Kong ID card. The app can then allow the government to follow up with those exposed to infection risks directly rather than wait for them to take the tests voluntarily. The city has been lucky enough to have had near zero local infection cases for months. Yet, we must improve the efficacy of our contact tracing program to be prepared for the next wave of infections that could occur once we open our borders with the mainland and the rest of the world. Given the high stakes of pandemic control, we wish to echo the call of your correspondent on December 4 to review Hong Kong's privacy laws and empower the authorities to collect personal data that is necessary for protecting public health. Tingting Wu and Simon Wang, Kowloon Tong. Christmas is now firmly part of our secular tradition. I refer to the article Should Muslims Say Merry Christmas? This debate is common in multicultural society. Christmas could be treated as a cultural rather than a religious holiday. Undoubtedly, there are significant religious elements in Christmas, namely, the fact that it celebrates the birth of Jesus. After all, religion is an important aspect of culture. Yet, culture is more than religion, meaning there is more to Christmas than simply the birth of Jesus Christ. Today, a large part of Christmas celebrations has become part of the secular tradition. Furthermore, no one celebrates every possible aspect of Christmas. Everyone has the right to choose the mode of celebration and the type of activity. Christians could opt for partaking in religious activities, while non-Christians could opt for attending Christmas parties. If you want a secular Christmas, just ignore the religious option. The choice is up to every individual. Jasper Tang, Kowloon Tong.